None are special. There is a very good reason why we are seeing the number of rape and murder cases increase at an alarming rate in many Western nations. You see, the madness known as political correctness is actually to blame for the massive increase in these crimes. And by that I mean, in order to be seen to be politically correct, one must be seen to give preferential treatment to those in certain minority groups. One must be seen to make out that those in certain minority groups are somehow a special case. Generally, as a result of previous treatment they have had to endure at the hands of other more dominant groups. Now, when you elevate those in any group above the rest in any society, they will of course attempt to take full advantage of the situation, even going as far as to use their minority status as a means of defending their sometimes criminal behaviour. You've heard it many times, haven't you? The only reason you are picking on me is because I am so-and-so. If I was a member of so-and-so group, you would leave me alone. And so what happens? The police become ever more reluctant to deal with those in minority groups for fear of being labelled as anti-this or anti-that. So you see, there are in fact consequences for making the mistake of elevating certain groups above the rest in any society, as those who are wrongly elevated in time become above the law. And this situation, of course, then leads to other, more dangerous situations, as we are now beginning to see in modern-day Britain. There is no need for me to go into specific situations, as I am sure you are very aware of them. Now, even worse than the original crime of having wrongly made certain minority groups a special case, the powers that be have also been deliberately turning a blind eye to all types of wrongdoing committed by them, even going as far as to cover up for their criminal actions, to, brush it under the carpet, as it were. Now, in the short term, this madness will not be so noticeable, but in the longer term, however, the results become absolutely terrible. You see, when the same set of laws no longer apply to everyone in any nation, that nation begins to fracture. It begins to deteriorate, as those who have been downtrodden in order to allow the special cases to enjoy their lofty heights soon start to complain about the clear lack of justice. As of course, when the same set of laws do not apply to everyone in any nation, there is no justice. I thank you, Andrew.